How to speak English well. Graded reader. Improve your English accent. English learning advice. #### Part 1. Why learn English and how to begin practicing. English is a very important language. Many people around the world speak English. It is used in schools, businesses, and for travel. If you can speak English well, you can talk to people from many different countries. This will help you make new friends, find better jobs, and travel to new places. Learning English can open many doors for you, and it is a skill that will benefit you for your entire life. However, learning to speak English well takes time, effort, and regular practice. In this part, we will talk about how you can start improving your English speaking skills step by step. The first thing you need to do is practice speaking English every day. Practice is very important because it helps you improve. When you practice, you become more comfortable with the language, and it becomes easier for you to express yourself. You do not need to wait for a perfect moment or a special event to practice. You can practice English at any time and in many different ways. You can start by practicing with your friends, family members, teachers, or even by yourself. If you have friends or family members who know English, ask them to practice speaking with you. You can have simple conversations about your day, your favorite activities, or anything that interests you. For example, you can say, "Hello, how are you?" Or "What did you do today?" Talking about simple topics is a good way to begin. If you do not have anyone to practice with, you can still practice by talking to yourself in English. You can stand in front of a mirror and pretend that you are having a conversation. For example, you can look at yourself and say, "Good morning. How do you feel today?" "I feel happy because the weather is nice." Talking to yourself may feel strange at first, but it is a very good way to build your confidence. Another way to practice speaking is to learn and repeat common phrases. For example, practice saying, "How are you?" "I am fine. Thank you," or "Can you help me?" These phrases are used in daily conversations, so they will be very helpful for you. When you learn these phrases, try to say them clearly and slowly. Pay attention to how you pronounce each word. If you make a mistake, do not worry. Making mistakes is part of learning, and the more you practice, the fewer mistakes you will make. Listening to English is also a very important part of improving your speaking skills. When you listen to English, you can learn new words, hear how words are pronounced, and understand how sentences are made. There are many ways to listen to English every day. You can listen to English songs and try to sing along with the words. This will help you learn the rhythm of the language. You can also watch English movies or TV shows. Choose programs that have subtitles in your own language. This way, you can understand the story while also learning new words and phrases. For example, if you are watching a movie and a character says, "I am going to the park," you can pause the movie and repeat the sentence out loud. This will help you remember the sentence and practice saying it. If you have access to English radio stations, listen to them whenever you can. You do not need to understand every word. Just listening to the sounds and the way people speak will help you get used to the language. You can also listen to English podcasts or audiobooks. Choose topics that interest you, such as sports, music, or cooking. Listening to things you enjoy will make learning more fun and engaging. When you listen to English, try to pay attention to how the speakers use their voices. Notice the way they change their tone when they ask a question or when they are excited. For example, when someone asks, "How are you?" their voice goes up at the end of the sentence. This is called intonation, and it is an important part of speaking English naturally. You can practice by repeating what you hear. If you hear a sentence like, "I like to play football," try to say it exactly the way the speaker said it. This will help you improve your pronunciation and make your speaking sound more natural. Reading in English is another excellent way to improve your speaking skills. When you read, you learn new words and see how sentences are made. Reading helps you understand the structure of the language, and it gives you more confidence when you speak. You can start by reading simple books, such as children's books. These books often have easy words and short sentences, which make them perfect for beginners. For example, you can read a book that says, "The cat is on the mat." This sentence is simple, but it teaches you how to describe something in English. You can also read newspapers, magazines, or online articles in English. Choose topics that you find interesting. If you like sports, read about your favorite team. If you enjoy cooking, read recipes in English. When you read, try to read out loud. This will help you practice speaking and improve your pronunciation. For example, if you are reading a sentence like, "The dog is running in the park," say the words clearly and slowly. Focus on pronouncing each word correctly. Another good idea is to read with a friend. You can take turns reading sentences or paragraphs to each other. After you finish reading, you can talk about what you read. For example, you can say, "I liked the story because it was funny," or "I learned a new word today." Reading with a friend makes learning more fun and helps you stay motivated. In addition to practicing, listening, and reading, it is important to stay positive and believe in yourself. Learning to speak English well takes time, and it is normal to feel frustrated sometimes. Remember that every small step you take brings you closer to your goal. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it is. For example, if you learn a new word, use it in a sentence and feel proud of yourself. If you can say a sentence without making a mistake, give yourself a pat on the back. These small achievements will keep you motivated. Improving your English speaking skills begins with daily practice. Talk to your friends, family, or yourself in English. Listen to English songs, movies, and radio programs to learn new words and improve your pronunciation. Read simple books and articles out loud to practice speaking. Stay positive and celebrate your progress. By following these steps, you will become more confident in speaking English and enjoy the journey of learning this valuable language. Part 2. Writing and confidence in speaking. Writing in English is a very important step in improving your language skills. When you write, you learn how to organize your thoughts, make sentences, and use the new words you have learned. Writing helps you practice what you already know and gives you the confidence to use English in real-life situations. Many people feel nervous about writing in English because they are afraid of making mistakes. However, making mistakes is part of the learning process, and every mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. Let us explore some simple and effective ways to practice writing in English and build your confidence. One of the easiest ways to start writing in English is to keep a diary. A diary is a personal notebook where you can write about your day, your thoughts, and your feelings. You do not need to write long sentences or complicated ideas. For example, you can write, "Today I went to the park. The weather was sunny, and I felt happy. I saw many people walking their dogs." This is a simple way to practice writing sentences in English. Over time, you will find it easier to express yourself, and your sentences will become longer and more detailed. Another way to practice writing is to write letters or emails to your friends. If you have friends who are learning English, you can write to them in English. You can share stories about your life, ask questions, and practice using new words. For example, you can write, "Hello, my friend. How are you? I want to tell you about my weekend. I went to a museum and learned about history. What did you do this weekend?" Writing letters or emails is a fun way to practice, and it also helps you stay connected with your friends. You can also try writing short stories or essays in English. A story can be about anything you like, such as a favorite memory, an imaginary adventure, or a funny experience. For example, you can write a story about a trip to the beach. "Last summer, I went to the beach with my family. We played in the sand, swam in the ocean, and ate ice cream. It was a very happy day." Writing stories helps you practice using different types of sentences, such as describing events, expressing emotions, and sharing ideas. When you write, try to use new words that you have learned. This will help you remember the words and understand how to use them in sentences. For example, if you recently learned the word delicious, you can write, "The cake I ate yesterday was very delicious. I want to eat it again." Using new words in your writing makes your vocabulary stronger and helps you feel more confident when speaking. It is also helpful to focus on spelling and grammar when you write. If you are not sure about the correct spelling of a word, you can look it up in a dictionary or use an online tool. Paying attention to spelling will make your writing clearer and easier to understand. Grammar is also important because it helps you make sentences that are correct and meaningful. For example, if you want to talk about something you did yesterday, you should use the past tense, like this: "I visited my grandmother yesterday." Practicing grammar while writing will help you use it correctly when you speak. Another way to improve your writing is to write about your hobbies and interests. Writing about things you enjoy makes learning more fun and interesting. For example, if you like cooking, you can write about your favorite recipes. You can say, "My favorite recipe is for spaghetti. First, I boil the pasta. Then, I make the sauce with tomatoes, garlic, and onions. Finally, I mix the pasta with the sauce and add cheese." Writing about your hobbies helps you practice English while talking about something you love. If you enjoy social media, you can also use it to practice writing in English. For example, you can write short posts or comments in English on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. You can share a picture of your lunch and write, "I made this sandwich today. It has cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes. It was very tasty." Writing on social media is a simple way to practice, and it allows you to share your English skills with others. Another important part of improving your writing is learning to accept feedback. When you share your writing with others, such as a teacher, a friend, or a family member, they can help you find mistakes and correct them. For example, if you write, "Yesterday I go to the park," someone can help you correct it to, "Yesterday I went to the park." Feedback helps you learn from your mistakes and improve your writing skills. Do not feel embarrassed about making mistakes because they are a natural part of learning. Building confidence in speaking English is closely connected to practicing writing. When you write, you practice forming sentences and organizing your thoughts, which makes it easier to speak. For example, if you practice writing about your day, you will feel more confident when someone asks you, "What did you do today?" because you already know how to answer. Writing also helps you remember new words and phrases, which you can use in conversations. Another way to build confidence is to speak out loud while you write. For example, if you are writing a sentence like, "I like to eat apples," say the sentence out loud as you write it. This helps you practice speaking and improves your pronunciation. You can also try reading your writing to a friend or family member. For example, if you write a story, read it out loud to someone and ask them what they think. This will help you practice speaking and feel more comfortable using English in front of others. If you feel nervous about speaking English, remember that it is okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language, and each mistake is a chance to learn something new. Do not be afraid to try speaking, even if you are not sure about the correct words or grammar. For example, if you want to say, "I need help," but you are not sure how to say it, you can try saying, "Help me, please." The most important thing is to communicate your idea, and people will understand and help you. You can also build confidence by practicing speaking slowly. When you speak slowly, you have more time to think about what you want to say. For example, if you want to say, "I like to play football," take a deep breath and say each word clearly and slowly. Speaking slowly makes it easier for others to understand you, and it helps you feel more confident. Writing is a very important skill for learning English, and it is closely connected to building confidence in speaking. By keeping a diary, writing letters, creating stories, and sharing your writing with others, you can practice using English and improve your skills. Accept feedback, focus on spelling and grammar, and use new words to make your writing better. At the same time, Remember to speak out loud while writing and practice speaking slowly to build your confidence. Learning English takes time and effort, but with regular practice and a positive attitude, you will succeed. Part 3. Fun and creative ways to learn English. Learning English does not have to be boring or difficult. There are many fun and creative ways to improve your skills. When you enjoy the process of learning, it becomes easier and more interesting. This part will explore activities and strategies that make learning English a pleasant and exciting experience. By using these methods, you can improve your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills while having fun at the same time. One of the best ways to make learning fun is to play games in English. Games can help you learn new words, practice grammar, and improve your speaking skills. For example, you can play word games like Scrabble or Boggle, where you create words from letters. You can also play guessing games, such as 20 questions, where one person thinks of an object and the other person asks questions to figure out what it is. These games are enjoyable and help you practice using English in a relaxed and playful way. Another fun way to learn English is to sing songs. Listening to English songs and singing along can help you improve your pronunciation and learn new words. Choose songs that you like and try to understand the lyrics. For example, if you listen to a song that says, "I am walking on sunshine," you can practice saying the words and learn what they mean. Singing also helps you remember words and phrases because music makes learning more memorable. You can even record yourself singing and listen to it later to check your pronunciation. Watching movies and TV shows in English is another enjoyable way to learn. Choose movies or shows that interest you and have subtitles in your own language. Subtitles can help you understand the story while also learning new words and phrases. For example, if you watch a movie where a character says, "Let us go to the market," you can pause the movie and repeat the sentence. This will help you practice speaking and remember the sentence. Over time, you can try watching without subtitles to challenge yourself. Reading stories, comics, or books in English can also be a lot of fun. Choose books that match your language level so that you can enjoy reading without feeling frustrated. For beginners, children's books are a great choice because they have simple words and colorful pictures. For example, you can read a book about animals and learn sentences like, "The cat is sleeping under the tree." If you like comics, you can read your favorite comic books in English. Comics are entertaining and have pictures that help you understand the story. Reading not only improves your vocabulary but also helps you understand how sentences are made. If you enjoy cooking, you can practice English by reading recipes and cooking in English. Find recipes written in English and follow the instructions step by step. For example, you can read a recipe that says, "Chop the onions, boil the water, and add the pasta." Cooking with English recipes is a practical way to learn words related to food and cooking. You can also watch cooking videos in English to learn new techniques and vocabulary. Another creative way to learn English is to write and perform short plays or skits. Gather a group of friends who are also learning English and create a short story. Each person can play a different role in the story. For example, you can write a play about going to a restaurant and ordering food. One person can be the waiter, and the others can be customers. Performing the play helps you practice speaking and acting in English. It is a fun activity that builds confidence and teamwork. Using technology is another excellent way to make learning fun. There are many apps and websites designed to help you learn English. For example, you can use language learning apps that teach vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. These apps often have games and quizzes that make learning enjoyable. You can also watch videos on YouTube about learning English. Many channels offer lessons, tips, and exercises for improving your skills. Explore online resources to find the ones that work best for you. If you like art, you can combine it with learning English. For example, you can draw pictures and label them with English words. If you draw a house, you can label the parts like roof, window, and door. This helps you learn vocabulary in a visual and creative way. You can also write stories or poems and illustrate them with your drawings. This combines writing and art, making learning more interesting and enjoyable. Another great way to learn English is to take part in English-speaking activities or clubs. Many communities and schools have English clubs where people gather to practice speaking. In these clubs, you can meet new people, play games, and have conversations in English. For example, you can join a book club that reads and discusses books in English. Being part of a group motivates you to learn and gives you the opportunity to practice regularly. Traveling to English-speaking countries is an exciting way to improve your English. When you travel, you have to speak English to communicate with people in hotels, restaurants, and shops. For example, you might need to ask for directions or order food. Traveling helps you practice speaking in real-life situations, and it gives you the chance to learn about the culture and traditions of English-speaking countries. Even if you cannot travel far, you can visit places in your own city where people speak English, such as tourist spots or international events. Learning English can also be more fun when you include your friends and family. You can play games together, watch movies, or practice speaking in English. For example, you can have a family movie night and watch an English film with subtitles. After the movie, you can discuss it in English, sharing your favorite parts and what you learned. Learning together creates a positive environment and makes the experience more enjoyable. To stay motivated, reward yourself for your efforts and progress. For example, if you learn 5 new words every day for a week, treat yourself to something you enjoy, like a favorite snack or a small gift. Rewards make learning feel more rewarding and encourage you to keep going. You can also set goals, such as learning a new song in English or completing a book. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they are. Using flashcards is another fun and effective way to learn. You can make your own flashcards by writing an English word on one side and its meaning or a picture on the other side. For example, you can write apple on one side and draw a picture of an apple on the other. Review your flashcards every day to learn and remember new words. You can also play games with your flashcards, like matching words with pictures or creating sentences using the words. Recording yourself speaking English is a creative way to track your progress and improve your pronunciation. Use your phone or a recorder to record your voice as you read a sentence, tell a story, or practice a conversation. Listen to the recording to hear how you sound and identify areas where you can improve. You can also share your recording with a teacher or friend and ask for feedback. This helps you build confidence and become more comfortable speaking English. In conclusion, learning English can be both fun and creative when you explore different activities and methods. Play games, sing songs, watch movies, and read books in English. Use technology, draw, and write stories to make learning enjoyable. Join clubs, travel, and practice with friends and family to improve your skills. Reward yourself for your progress and stay motivated. By making learning fun, you will not only improve your English, but also enjoy the process. Part 4. Real-life English practice and long-term commitment. Learning English is a journey that requires dedication, patience, and real-life practice. While studying books and using apps are helpful, the most important way to improve your English is to use it in real situations. This means speaking, listening, reading, and writing English as part of your daily life. In this part, we will explore ways to practice English in real-life situations and how to stay motivated for long-term success. By combining practical activities with a positive attitude, you can make steady progress in your English learning journey. One of the best ways to practice English in real-life situations is to use it whenever you can. For example, when you go to a restaurant, try to order your food in English. If the menu is written in English, read it carefully and practice saying the names of the dishes out loud. You can say, "I would like a salad and a glass of water, please." If you need help, ask politely in English, "Can you explain this dish to me?" Practicing in real situations helps you build confidence and makes the language feel more natural. Shopping is another opportunity to practice English. When you go to a store or market, try to read the signs and labels in English. If you are in an international store, ask the staff questions in English, such as, "Where can I find the fruit section?" or "How much does this cost?" These small conversations help you practice vocabulary and learn how to ask and answer questions in English. You can also write your shopping list in English to practice spelling and sentence structure. Traveling is an excellent way to improve your English because it forces you to communicate in the language. If you visit an English-speaking country, you will need to use English to talk to people in hotels, restaurants, and shops. For example, if you need directions, you can say, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the train station?" Traveling gives you real-life experiences that improve your speaking, listening, and cultural understanding. Even if you do not travel to another country, you can visit tourist areas in your own city where English is commonly spoken and practiced there. Joining an English-speaking club or community is a great way to meet people and practice English in a social setting. Many cities have clubs where people gather to speak English, share stories, and play games. For example, you can join a book club where members read and discuss English books. You can also attend events like language exchange meetups, where you help someone learn your language while they help you practice English. These activities are enjoyable and give you a chance to practice speaking in a friendly and supportive environment. Participating in online forums and communities is another way to practice English in real-life contexts. There are many websites and social media groups where people discuss various topics in English. For example, you can join a forum about cooking, travel, or technology and write comments or ask questions in English. Reading what others write and responding to their posts helps you practice writing and learn new vocabulary. Online communities are a convenient way to connect with English speakers from around the world. Speaking slowly and clearly is important when practicing English in real-life situations. Many learners feel nervous and try to speak quickly, which can lead to mistakes. Instead, take your time to think about what you want to say. For example, if you want to say, "I like to read books," say each word slowly and focus on pronunciation. Speaking slowly helps you feel more confident and makes it easier for others to understand you. It is better to speak clearly and make a few mistakes than to rush and confuse your listener. Asking for feedback from others is a helpful way to improve your English. When you practice speaking with a friend, teacher, or language partner, ask them to correct your mistakes. For example, if you say, "I go to the park yesterday," they can help you correct it to, "I went to the park yesterday." Feedback helps you learn the correct way to say things and avoid repeating the same mistakes. Do not feel shy about asking for help because it is an important part of learning. Thinking in English is a powerful way to improve your fluency. Instead of translating words from your native language to English, try to think directly in English. For example, when you see a chair, think, "This is a chair," instead of translating the word chair in your mind. Start with simple thoughts like, "I am hungry," or "The weather is nice today." As you practice, thinking in English will become more natural, and it will be easier to speak without hesitation. Using English in your daily life is another effective way to practice. Write your to-do lists, notes, and reminders in English. For example, instead of writing "buy milk" in your native language, write it in English. Talk to yourself in English when you are alone. For example, when you are cooking, say, "I am cutting the vegetables," or "The water is boiling." These small actions help you use English naturally and improve your confidence. Learning common phrases and expressions is important for real-life conversations. For example, phrases like, "How are you?" "What do you think?" and "Can you help me?" are used often in daily life. Practice saying these phrases until they feel natural. You can also learn expressions that are specific to certain situations, such as, "Excuse me, where's the restroom?" or "Could you please repeat that?" Knowing these phrases helps you communicate more effectively and understand others better. Recording yourself speaking is a great way to track your progress and identify areas for improvement. Use your phone or a recording device to record your voice while reading a story, practicing a conversation, or sharing your thoughts. Listen to the recording and pay attention to your pronunciation, grammar, and fluency. For example, if you notice that you said, "He go to school," you can practice saying, "He goes to school." Recording yourself helps you become more aware of your speaking habits and gives you the opportunity to improve. Setting goals is important for staying motivated and focused. For example, you can set a goal to learn 5 new words every day, practice speaking for 10 minutes each day, or read 1 book every month. Write down your goals and track your progress. For example, if your goal is to learn 5 words, write them in a notebook and use them in sentences. Achieving small goals helps you feel accomplished and encourages you to keep going. Rewarding yourself for your efforts is another way to stay motivated. For example, if you practice speaking every day for a week, treat yourself to something you enjoy, like a favorite snack or a movie. Rewards make learning more enjoyable and give you something to look forward to. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remember that every step you take brings you closer to fluency. Finally, be patient with yourself and do not give up. Learning English takes time and effort, and it is normal to make mistakes along the way. Focus on your progress and celebrate your achievements. Remember that every conversation, practice session, and new word learned is a step toward becoming fluent. Stay positive, keep practicing, and enjoy the journey of mastering English. In conclusion, real-life practice and long-term commitment are essential for improving your English skills. Use English in everyday situations, join clubs or online communities, and think in English to build fluency. Speak slowly, ask for feedback, and record yourself to track your progress. Set goals, reward yourself, and stay patient as you work toward fluency. By combining these strategies with dedication, you can achieve your goal of speaking English confidently and effectively.